Good morning and welcome to the Impress TV show. Today we are going to be talking about femicide, and we are asking the question, what is femicide? Can we actually stop it? Can we control it? In studio we're privileged to have several people, young women and men, and of course a counselor and a pastor to guide us through this very important discussion and this subject that is now on everybody's lips. Join me in welcoming our panelists today. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Karibuni sana, Newsline TV. Maybe you could begin by introducing yourselves.
Thank you, team. My name is George Obutu. I'm a financial advisor by profession.
Okay, my name is Francis. That is Francis Bay. I'm part of the Newsline team.
Thank you. My name is Pamela. I'm Pastor Pamela, and I'm privileged to be here as part of the team.
My name is Sarah Uma. I'm a full-time student at the University of Nairobi, and I'm happy to be here.
My name is Maya Manzuro, and I'm privileged to be here.
All right, thank you very much. So today we are talking about femicide, and you know that this subject is going on right now, and we have these issues. Young women are being killed, older women are being killed by their husbands. So it's about women dying, and we are asking ourselves, why is this happening? So let me begin first of all by just asking each one of you to define what, in your opinion, would be femicide. What are we talking about? Maybe we could start with you, Pauline.
As from my point of view, I think femicide is let's say an act of killing women by a man on account of marriage.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I agree. Femicide is killing women. That is a hate crime. Just violence against women, killing them.
Okay. Francis, what do you think is femicide?
Okay, according to me, I think femicide is whereby females are being killed by their sex.
Okay. Right, George.
To me, I think it's just a murder, and when it occurs on the side of female gender.
Okay. So that brings us to the question. We all agree femicide is about killing women. Why are women being killed? Okay, so without being, mean and, patronizing to anybody, why do you think men are killing women, George? What's the issue? What's the problem?
To just start the discussion, I think it's just the society, the open society that we have, and also the kind of culture that we are trying to portray to the youth by the government maybe not taking action against the people who have done the killings and also the murder.
All right, Francis.
Okay, according to me, I think I can discuss it in two perspectives. One is economic perspective, and the other one is social cultural perspective. Whereby economic perspective is whereby you are using your money, and there is nothing in return you're getting. Whereby you have given somebody your money and you don't see any return. That comes to a conclusion that if there is no return, that means there is a loss. And the loss here is killing somebody. Okay, according to social cultural perspective, is whereby we have lost our culture. Maybe it's like we have adopted the westernization culture, which is bringing a problem to our society.
All right. Okay, so the men say, one, it's a rotten society, an economic issue, and a social-cultural perspective. We're going to go into the economic part especially, because we want to ask ourselves, why are you killing someone because of economic reasons? We'll dive into that in just a short while. But, why do you think women are being killed?
I think it's something that is cultural. Because men tend to feel they're so superior. They can just take advantage of people, of women.
Okay, you're at the university, and we are having deaths happening a lot at the university. Why do you think the young girls are being killed?
I would blame it on toxic masculinity, because, for instance, I don't think guys are good at handling rejection, which shouldn't be a problem that side. Because everyone at some point, even you, I'm sure you've experienced rejection at some point in your life. So it could be that they don't know how to handle rejection well. Like guys are taught how to be strong from the time they grow up, don't cry. So I think it would be toxic masculinity.
Right, interesting. Toxic masculinity. You're introducing a new interesting perspective to this. I like that, and we're just going to be talking about it. But even just as we go into that, Pastor Pamela, why do you think, women are being killed? What's the issue here?
Thank you, Grace. I tend to think what is going on in our organization or in the country today is love, that human love has gone down. When you look at traditionally, right from the word go, let me use the spiritual ground, when God created man, there was love. But that love has gone down. It has gone down because many people are looking at economic, rather they're looking at the money, and some other people are looking on investing on their partners. And so somebody does not care how much he loves this person. Maybe this was your girlfriend, this was your boyfriend. It's not only ladies, it's even men. Some ladies are killing men. And I tend to think that should also be looked into, Grace. And all this is because of love has gone down, my sister. And this is what we should actually look into very well. Because when you look at the whole thing, if you do not love one another, when you love somebody no matter how weak she is, no matter how she is, or even if she has so much, she owes you so much, you will say, for sure, the fact that I love you, I will forgive you.
Right. Quite interesting. You have something to say. Yes.
As in as much as it happens to both sides, both women and men, we have to agree that violence against women is not exclusive to women, but it's higher on women.
Thank you. That is very true. But I tend to think that the tension is becoming more on maybe men. But what I tend to say is love is deteriorating. Actually, it is going down on both sides. Love is going down. It's only that now men are stronger and women are weaker. So the weaker vessel tend to be down. But love has gone down. In the society, in the whole country, in our generation of today, love has gone down, Grace. And that is what we should look into first.
Pastor, before we proceed, love doesn't mean that if you love someone, you need to get the feedback by returning it back.
Yeah.
So the problem is not love, as you say. Is it that we are loving too much and we're not getting the feedback?
What I tend to think is, do you remember, like when we were growing up, when our parents were bringing us up? Actually, it starts right from the parenthood. When our parents are bringing us up, they're supposed to show us that love in the first place. So when a child is growing, a child should always know that I'm supposed to love my sister. And when you are growing with that love in you, you will actually exploit even when you grow, when you're big. It is not the too much love, but having it in you, having the human heart. Human heart is the love that I mean. It is not too much love per se, as in, I love you so much and so I cannot do without you. No, what I mean is love that comes within you. Love, let me just come back to the Bible, that Adam said that because Eve has done that wrong, I am going to do it. To an extent, he told God, can you imagine that the woman you gave me, if I just imagine that he had taken that apple, I just had to get into that sin. You know, that love is no longer there. It's not there on our children. It's not there on the parents themselves. Husband and wife, there's no love. And so this is what I tend to think is bringing problems into the organization.
So, Pastor, you're actually saying that what is missing out right now is love. There is no love within the society. And George and Francis brought out a very important aspect, and they brought out the aspect of the economic part. I want us to talk about economic part first, and because George is alluded to it when he says you're giving out something and you're not getting back. So I ask you, when you give out something, it's like you're investing, right? So what do you consider as an investment to a woman? When does a man say, I have invested in a woman, for real?
That's a tricky question, but for me, if I love you, I would give you treat. I take you out, go see your parents. I give you for a road trip, something of the kind. This is money. At the end of the day, even if it is 50 shillings, that's money. And getting even that 50 shillings in Nairobi right now is not easy. So you get this money out of street. And the moment you go out to spend it with someone you love, you feel that you're spending this your hard-earned money with the right person. But now when you get the rejection part of it, it becomes a bit tricky for me. So that, for example, the ones that have happened on the screen, you find some of these guys were just doing some hard stuff, kind of job. They get their earning, gets a car, go all the way to another place to visit maybe a girlfriend. Then the girlfriend rejects. What do you expect in return? Because that was an investment, and their investors maybe have been being sent to the girlfriend. So that's the major issue.
Okay, so taking out a
That's
girl
the
to a road trip, you're talking about, buying her gifts, M-Pesas for saloon and stuff. So that is, that's investment. Okay, Francis, what's investment in a woman?
Okay, there's something people don't understand here. Investment is not only about money. Investment is whereby you invest everything, emotions, resources in that person. You can imagine you have invested your resources, emotions, your time, everything in that person. Then in return, you get rejection. What do? You take the best action that you think is the best action.
Which is?
It will now depend. It will now depend on individual. There are people who decide to kill, the others who may live, and the others may decide to kill themselves. And that is, to me, investment is not all about cash. It's about resources, emotion, and values.
All right. So, Pauline, is being taken on a road trip investment?
I don't consider that as an investment. We never asked for it.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't. You yourself, you just come, take us. So you expect us to pay you back. And the part where you see that you have to, after you've invested, what is it? Okay, you expect to invest, yes. But no one asked you to.
It was voluntary.
Yes.
So you shouldn't
don't
be expecting anything back.
Anything back in return. So
Right.
But
Can I add something?
Yes.
Yes. When I was growing up, my grandmother told me one time that for a lady, used to advise my sister that for a lady, the moment you accept something from a man will never give you something for free. There must be something attached to it, whether you like it or not. That's the reality.
Right. So is it that the parents nowadays are not telling the girls that there's nothing like a free lunch? Did you guys learn that when you were growing up, maybe?
Yes. Yeah. Most parents, most mothers tell you that there's nothing like freelance. But that only means that the problem is with the men. Why do you want like something in return?
Yeah.
Just take me out if you want to, and I wouldn't call that investing. The only person I would say, unless I come invest, is maybe your husband. When he comes, he pays glory, brings house, and pays school fees for your children, pays your rent. Your rent, you live together. I'm assuming this is married. No, that's investing. That's some 200 shillings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting perspective. So investment for the ladies, you're saying, I mean, first of all, you don't ask for it. They do it, yeah? So why are they complaining after they've done it? That's the question. Secondly, investment only starts when you get married,
Yes.
not before. If you take me out on a road trip, it's because you're looking for company or...
Investing in me does not mean you own me. First of all, you have to understand that this is the dating one. I'm not just dating you, I'm dating someone else. So I'm trying to figure out who is it between this that I want. So this one is investing on the lunch, this one is investing, road trip. So now you understand that.
Yeah.
okay, a point of correction. She has said that whenever you, no, the point is, she has said that once you give somebody a token, you don't expect something. But to me, I believe investment is not only about husband and wife. Reason being, there are people who love somebody that is genuinely loving somebody.
Can I
And
ask
it-
him a question? When you invest in someone, does that mean you own them? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, you
Invest
don't
means
own
so
that.
own
You
them.
don't own that person.
Thank you.
But the point is, when you invest in somebody, you love. That is where you put all your resources.
But do you own
Because
them?
you know that one will become your wife after all.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you love a person, and probably the background where she comes from, they are not able. So you decide because this person is very intelligent, let me take her to school. Because after all, you're investing and you're expecting something in return. So after she has completed campus or college, you expect to marry that person. And what do you expect after marriage? That is
That right
insurance.
there is the problem. You expect.
You
too
expect.
much.
So there's
That's
so
it.
many expectations.
Yes.
Men have expectations that if they take you to school, they pay for your road trip and stuff like that. Eventually, the expectation is that you're supposed to get married, return. Yes,
And
George.
something. The first principle, I've worked in a bank, and the first principle in a bank is that never accept gift.
But this is not a bank.
The moment, no, I'm just giving a scenario.
Realize this is
Never
Yeah.
accept a gift.
Yes.
The moment you accept a gift from a client, everything will be compromised. So I want to give it in this scenario. You're a lady. The moment I give you a call, hi, I want to take you for coffee date, something of the kind. Just accepting this call and telling me that you avail yourself means that there is something that you're already signing into.
Can I ask?
Exactly.
Yes.
Can I ask him a question?
Yes, please do.
Okay. What you're saying is in relation to what happened to like Ivy. Okay. Just shortly afterwards, there was a student in Kwan University, who was stabbed, yes, by her ex-boyfriend. Do you know why her ex-boyfriend stabbed her? Because he sent her money and she returned the money. So when you accept the money, you kill us. When you return the money, you kill us as well. So what exactly is your problem? Guys,
But that is
it's
not
not
the
even
case.
about money. Okay, we are talking about femicide as a whole. Using aside the money part. Is it right? Okay, do you think it's right? Are you just
No.
fine? Let's start from there. Do you think it's right?
No, it's not like because for me, I'm a father, and I'm a father of two daughters. So it's not like I can't see.
He's already thinking about the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Killing
So
my daughter.
so it looks
Yeah.
like it's an issue of expectation here. What you're offering is not what you offer something expecting something in return, and she accepts expecting other things in return. Pastor, maybe you could help us look at it from a more objective perspective. What's happening here?
What I tend to think is happening, actually, what George has said is very true. It is not right to kill. And so there is no way that somebody will say, I'm investing on a woman. Even your own wife, you can't say you are investing on her. There is nowhere that is written that somebody should invest on somebody. Not at all. And there is no way that a woman should think that whatever a man brings, that's an investment. Or we are supposed to live happily, and we live as a family, a husband and wife, or a girlfriend and a boyfriend, and that is what it should be. I remember when I was growing up, Grace, we were actually taught, in actual sense, this thing goes back to parents. I think we are the ones who are not doing our role well. We are not bringing up our children in the right way that we were brought up. We are not telling them what it means to even have a friend. When we were growing up, we used to have our elders, we used to have our grandmothers, we used to have people to nurture us and to tell us what it means to have a friend and even how to befriend this person. I remember some community, they used to have girls sleeping with the grandmothers, and those grandmothers used to have roles to play. They are supposed to be taught and to be told what to do, isn't it? And when they sleep there in those small huts, there are things they are taught concerning men. And even men, they used to have, in my language, they call it Simba. Simba, they are taught how to be with these young ladies. And those are the things that are not there today. So what is remaining is a man just dates just like that. And so when he dates, he's dating knowing that this is the person. And he doesn't even know that this person maybe this person leaving him or her, it's God doing it. Maybe at the end of the day, this is not the right lady for her. Maybe the right lady is coming. And so you think about your chips and the things that you have bought, and that is not it. So I tend to think that the generation of today, there is something that is lacking. And what is lacking is our parents, we have not nurtured our children well.
All right. So moving forward, because we have to close this discussion, and you know it's very interesting and it's heated here and also outside. But what do you think we can do to sort out this matter? Because you know we are clear. Investment is not when you buy meat chips. That doesn't count as investment. And surely you should not expect much, even if you're married to me. Yeah, right? Because also couples are killing each other now. So what do you think? What do we need to do to stop this? Because we need to stop the killing of women. Because every time a woman dies, a mother is gone, an auntie is gone, a wife is gone also. You know, a productive person in the community and in the workforce is also gone. So how can we stop this, in your opinion? Maybe we can start with you, George.
I have two opinions. Just tell our beautiful sisters, stop accepting gifts from strangers or from men if you don't love them. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
Another thing, social media. Stop showing us people like, I don't want to mention names,
Yeah.
but the people who have big hips, who have made it in life through that kind of lifestyle. Just to
Okay, two things from George. Stop accepting gifts, free gifts. Say no to free gifts. Secondly, stop trying to be a socialite, you know, so that you can live the life. Okay, so easier said than done. Francis.
Okay, according to me, I would say that they should stop engaging in a relationship if you're not serious in that relationship. Because there are guys who are very serious with relationships. There are guys who are very serious with relationships, and these people are jokers. Especially when especially when it comes to campus ladies. I was there. I have seen what is happening in campus. These people are jokers. You see, like I remember a friend of mine. He was very serious with a lady. And that lady, she had a sponsor somewhere. But she was cheating this gentleman. So to me, I think they should be serious with life. And their life, that is. Because their life is what we call, their life is endangered by these men they are trying to love. Yeah, that is me.
Right, interesting. Is it possible to have just one boyfriend when you're dating in campus?
Is it possible to have just one boyfriend?
Yes.
If I'm speaking from an honest point of view, then the answer is no. I'm trying to decide which one it is that I want. So maybe two to three even.
2, 3.
But it's just dating.
Yes, it's just dating. You're not married. So how do you think we can, you know, end femicide especially in our high institutions of learning?
First of all, I think that we should stop normalizing it. I believe that the issue is with the society. Like when Ivy died, you would expect that the first reaction of people would be like to sympathize, to show remorse. But what did they do? They went to social media, started justifying it, started sharing memes, challenges. Even someone had a necessity to remove a song called Sijui Shoka about it. So I think normalizing it is the problem. When you think it's okay. Recently there's a woman called David, I think in Kahawa. She was murdered and people just like I understand that she was battered, beaten rather by the husband for hours during the night. And neighbors listened and they did nothing. And even like the next day I understand that they were saying that okay, so what I was trying to say is that we have normalized that. Like, for instance, that woman who was beaten to death by the husband, she was, I understand that the neighbors in the morning say that they heard her screams, her distress, but they just thought that, Ileni shida and they didn't do anything. And she died because they think it's normal, and that's what the problem is. So stop normalizing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? How can we end femicide?
What I think, I will say, when, let's say you are 22, okay, let's say 21, you're dating someone who's, let's say 30, 31. The guy needs to ask the lady, what is it that you want? You know, let's get it clear. Is it marriage? Of course, 21, no. Just ask. You'll get the right answer. You won't waste your time. Get the question, ask, get your answer. We just won't suffer anymore. Let's get into a relationship that, you know, this one is going to lead to something else, like to marriage. This one is just a waste of time. We should do that. No matter what. You know, many people will be saying that, you know, I'll get hurt when I ask. Is it, you know?
So they don't ask and then they blame us.
Yeah.
Okay. So they don't have yes.
He wants to add something before maybe I do.
Oh yes.
In short, what she's trying to say is that when you engage somebody, you should have a clear objective. What do you want to achieve? Which is not true. Because marriage is it's not something that comes in a day. Marriage is something that is a process, whereby you start by friendship, you go to courtship, then you end up marrying each other. So to me, I think that cannot work. That is drawing clear objective of what you want at the age of 22. That one cannot work.
Let me just ask you, my sister. George here meets you for the first date. Then I ask you a point-blank question. Where do you see yourself going? She would say that this guy is not serious. How will you answer? Let's just give a scenario.
What I meant was, we meet. Not that you ask on the first date. We meet, we become friends, we start dating. You see? We start dating. Then, what is it that you want? Do you just want me so that we can pass time? Do you just want me so that you can show me off? Do you want me for a wife?
Can I add something? Since I think we are not getting anywhere with the drawing the line thing, what we should do as a society is teach our brothers who are also our sons and cousins and friends how to handle rejection. Fine, you have invested, you expect something, and it's not returned. What happens afterwards? How do you go about that? I think you should you should learn how to handle rejection. Yes.
Right, Pastor, maybe you could summarize.
Yeah, let me summarize it. Thank you so much, Grace. What I tend to think is that first and foremost, there should be transparency between the two. That is very important. You might find somebody trying to beat around the bush and not telling the other partner the inner part of her or him, and then this other person is expecting so much. And you know it that this person is expecting so much from you. Just be transparent and tell this person, this is what it is. That is one. Number two, communication. Please, communication is very important between the two of you. When you communicate, and transparency, that is the most important thing that I expect myself. I expect us to communicate in our day-to-day life, leave alone investment of buying chips and all that. When you buy chips, are you communicating? Do you really give out your views, or you just accept those token and you just leave things like that? Does this man communicate to you and tell you his points and what he thinks about you? Or you just receive things from him and that is all? Another thing that I just want to put across to gentlemen is that please try not to expect too much from a lady from the word go. You expect so much. This lady comes every day in good time and all, and then from there you're like, wow, I've got it. No, don't expect too much, such that when something happens, you're like, I've exhausted the whole of my life, and this lady cannot go this way. Huyu lazima nimfanyie jambo. Hapana. You are supposed to be there. When it happens, accept it. That is what it is, and move on with life. Do not make things come to a full stop just because of somebody leaving you. You can get another one.
Right.
Okay, Pastor,
Thank you
let me
very
say something. Okay, whatever Pastor is trying to say is that we should create room for frustrations. because these people normally frustrate men and gentlemen.
And how about, you know, it's funny, we are talking about how women frustrate guys. It's like you're not aware of how men also hurt women. It's like, really, how many deadbeat dads do we have? How many women get pregnant and are abandoned? Do we also like find these deadbeat dads and kill them all? Yeah, because many a times, like, guys use women, you use us all the time. But you don't see us complaining. We just swallow our pride. We move on to the next person. But you can't.
All right.
Everyone stop hurting everyone. I think.
Stop hurting everyone. I think
Everyone
that,
should stop hurting everyone.
we couldn't have a better summary for today's show. Clearly, this discussion cannot end because it goes on and on and on, simply because this is not our life. We are talking about everyday activities, we are talking about relationships, and we are going to continue having these discussions on Impress TV show, and we encourage you to join us every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. So we continue talking about this. You know, today it's femicide. Tomorrow, we don't know what's coming up. But before it happens, we shall have come up with solutions right here on Impress TV show. Until next time, when we meet another group of interesting panelists discussing an interesting topic. See you then, and God bless you. Good. Tell them how many minutes we did.